You're lying awake at 3 in the morning thinking about a choice you have to make. And somehow, even though you've thought about it 100 times, you still don't know what to do. That's when people ask the same question they've been asking for 3,000 years. And there's a book that survived longer than any government, any religion, any empire on Earth. That book is the I Ching. But before we get into why it actually works, you need to know where it came from. And the story of how this book was born is the story of why it's still here, 3,000 years later. The I Ching started with a man watching nature. Not trying to change it, not trying to predict it perfectly, just watching. And what he noticed was that everything changes in patterns. Seasons change. People change. Relationships change. Nothing stays the same, but nothing is random either. So this man, we know him by the name Fu Shi, he did something radical. He decided to map out every possible situation in life. Not with words. With images. With patterns. Pairs of lines that stack to make larger patterns, like a language of change itself. Fast forward centuries. A different man, a teacher named Confucius, he saw something in these patterns that the world had forgotten. He didn't change what Fu Shi discovered. He just explained why it mattered. He wrote down what the patterns meant, what they were showing us about being human, about making choices. But here's the thing that saved this book. A lot of old wisdom dies. It gets replaced. It gets forgotten. The I Ching didn't. For 3,000 years, through wars, through dynasties collapsing, through the entire world changing, people kept coming back to it. Why? Because it doesn't tell you what to do. It shows you what's actually happening. Right now. In your life. And once you see what's actually happening, suddenly the choice gets clear. Not because the book told you the answer. Because you did. That's been the constant through 3,000 years of change. Empires rose. Technology changed everything. But the core idea stayed. The universe is moving. You're part of that movement. And when you stop fighting what's happening and start seeing it clearly, you can move with it instead of against it. I've been working with this practice for years now. And the thing that still gets me is how many decisions I used to make from pure anxiety, not clarity. Now when I sit with the I Ching, the noise quiets. I'm not getting an answer handed to me. I'm getting myself back. That's what made this book survive. Not magic. Not fortune-telling. But the fact that it works. It actually helps. And it's been helping the same way for longer than any of us have been alive. So when you wake up at 3 in the morning wondering what to do, you're not the first person to wonder. You're joining 3,000 years of people who asked the same question. And who found an answer. Not a shortcut. But clarity. Real clarity. If you want to start actually using this tool, to get your first real reading instead of just thinking about it, we've got casting supplies linked in the description below. All you need are 3 coins or a set of yarrow stalks, and you're ready. Drop a comment and tell me what question's keeping you awake. And if this lands for you, follow for more on how to read this thing for real.